So here we go.
Heading down into turn 11 and now over to 12. We'll see who uses overtake assist on the restart here. Here they come.
Oh, he's slowing right down.
If it goes green up in the upper right, it will mean he's on it. Off of corner 14. Here we go. 3 laps to go.
Power is on the overtake. Looking to the outside, just like he did to Wilson.
Can't do it. In fact, he loses second to Dixon.
Dixon, Franchitti looks now.
Dixon just forces his way through.
Power back to third.
He was trying to carry that momentum on the outside going into one.
And he had to give his teammate room. He had to get a little bit wide to be sure he didn't take out Castro Neves. He left the door open, and Scott Dixon pounced.
But what a great, I mean, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You're here to win.
Power got on the overtake assist early, trying to get the jump, but here's what happened as they went into one. He's to the outside.
And he's ahead of him right there, but he doesn't have the inside. Look at him slide.
He starts to slide, and he can't pinch Castro Neves anymore. And then, of course, Dixon just aggressively says, I'm coming through.
Well, he saw he saw Power up there just sliding around on the top side.
Castro Neves with a drive-through for blocking?
What? We got to see where that is, guys.
Well, that has to be turn 1. But I mean, when you're the leader, you can pick your lane. And here's Briscoe. Look at him putting the move on Tracy.
And vice versa. How that was.
They're going to.
Wow.
Scott Dixon is the leader of this race. They are going to penalize Helio for blocking. Jack.
Fellas, at the drivers' meeting, what Brian Barnhart explained to all the drivers, entering a corner, you have to declare one lane or the other. The outside lane or the inside lane. That's what Helio Castro Neves did. But then he changed lanes. That's why he's being given that penalty. That's the only way Brian says he's able to determine if someone is trying to overtly block. Leader be damned. Remember it happened to Helio at Detroit a couple of years ago with Justin Wilson?
Well, Jack, at a restart, he picked the right, and he stayed right. As far as I'm concerned, he stayed right.
Maybe we don't know what those defined lanes are when we're talking the big footprint of tarmac there being a runway. I don't know.
We're on the last lap, and Scott Dixon is the leader.
And if I'm Castro Neves, I stay out, and I argue after.
Yeah.
They will stop scoring you after, I think it's 2 laps, so maybe he can get to the checkered before they stop scoring him, and then he can.
Yeah, well, whatever. Right now, he's going to be coming to the checkered flag anyhow.
I mean, he still is leading because he hasn't served his penalty. I mean, they may take it away with another penalty, but he still is the leader physically on the track until they stop scoring him. They wanted to take it away with a drive-through, but he hasn't given it yet.
And he's coming to the checkered flag right now.
Here comes the checkered flag.
And he's going to take the checkered flag on the racetrack.
Helio will take it first, but did Scott Dixon win the race? Oh, man, what an afternoon of racing.
Kind of wonder where we go with all this right now, huh?
Another win, I guess, for Chip Ganassi. He won earlier today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Brickyard 400, and apparently wins with Scott Dixon here in Edmonton. Robbie Floyd.
I'm here with Tim Cindric. Tim, what was the call for you? Stay out and, fight it later?
They said to drive through. I'm not driving the car. So, why we end up with that inconsistency all day long, I have no idea. Whether that's good for the series, I guess only Randy can decide whether that's the right thing for the series or not. So, I hope they enjoy it.
Helio's driving the car, but tell me what you saw. He's in the lead. He does what he wants to do.
He's driving the car. From my end of The officials tell me he needs to drive through. I tell him he needs to drive through. He's driving the car as far as whether he does or not.
You think he did everything he should have going into that first turn?
I'd have to see the replay. You guys have seen it more times than I have. But to take a race away from somebody like this, you know, I'm not real sure how this works.
Thanks a lot, Tim. You can tell right now he's just waiting to see what the aftermath is. He's disappointed, but he may have a positive outcome later down the road.
Well, we're taking a look at the replay, and that's a close call.
It is. You can see that there's a lane there, and then he comes back to the left a little bit. But I don't know if it changed anything, guys.
Yeah. Well, in any case, it is Dixon's 24th career open wheel win.
But take a look as they come down, and the overhead shot that we saw before is perfect. And if you can stop it right here briefly, there is a lane defined somewhere here that you're supposed to leave open. That's okay where he is now. Now go ahead and roll it. Let the cars roll sort of across the line. And you'll see that he maintains the line, and then he's moving out to the middle here because he has to turn into the corner. I don't think he's blocking. I don't think he's changing his line in response.
And that's what I'm saying.